Hello boys and girls, it's Miss Green here again with another video. We're going to be going over our vocabulary words for Unit 4, Week 5 of our Wonders program. And you may notice something different about this week's words because there are only 4 here, but we normally have 8. Well, we still have our 8 words, but the other 4 vocabulary words are very special words. So we're going to start with these 4, and then I'm going to show you the other 4 a little later on. So let's begin. Repeat after me. Pale, drops, excite, outdoors. So let's start with our first word, pale. So let's listen to what the word pale means.
Pale. Something that is pale is a very light color. Sam enjoyed looking at the pale yellow flowers. What is the opposite of pale?
Okay, so if something is pale, it's a very light color. So when we see a pale object, it still has color to it, but it is very light. So if you take a look at these flowers here that Sam enjoyed looking at, what color do you see? You see yellow, right? But it's very, very light. So let's think back to our question. What is the opposite of pale? So if pale is a very light color, then the opposite would be probably a darker color, right? Good. So let's look at our next word. This word is drops. Drops. Let's listen to what drops means.
Drops. Drops are small amounts of liquid that fall in a round shape. There are drops of water on the plant. Where else have you seen drops of water?
Okay, so drops are small amounts of liquid that are in a round shape. And you may see water drops when it's what type of weather outside? Raining, right? So when the rain falls down, most of the time, or all of the time, we see them in raindrops. Let's look at our example.
Drops. Drops are small amounts of liquid that fall in a round shape.
So if you look on this plant here, you see these round shapes here. They're not something that someone painted on or maybe someone drew on the plant. They're actually drops of water. The water came down and landed on the plant in a round shape. So let's look back at the question to get us to think. Where else have you seen drops of water? We talked about the weather, but there's one more place where you may see drops of water. Think about those hot, sunny days when you have a nice cold drink. Maybe you're outside sitting on a chair, enjoying the breeze. And then you look down at your glass. Oh, and what do you see at the side? You may see drops of water coming down the side of your glass. There are many places where we can see drops of water. Let's look at our next word.
Excite. Things that excite make a person feel happy or eager. The dancers will excite the audience. What can excite you when you go outside?
So excite is like a strong emotion, right? It's things that make a person feel happy or very eager. That means they want to do something, right? So let's look at our example.
Excite. The dancers will excite the audience.
So what are these little girls doing in the picture? They're dancing, right? And think about when you go to a show. Maybe it's a show like this, or maybe it's the movies. When you go there, the actors or the dancer wants to excite you. They want to make you feel happy as you're watching them. So let's go back and think. What can excite you, meaning make you feel happy or eager, when you go outside? I know we've been stuck inside for a while now, so think. When you do go outside, maybe for a couple minutes each day, what excites you when you go out? I know it excites me to feel the cool breeze and to walk around and see the trees and the flowers growing, especially because we're in the springtime and we're moving into summer. So that's something that excites me. I wonder what excites you. Don't forget to share. Let's look at our next word. This word, there's actually two words put together. Do you know what type of word that is called? Oh yeah, it's a compound word. When we have two words put together, that makes a new meaning. This word is outdoors. Let's listen.
Outdoors. When something is outdoors, it is outside and not inside a building. We played soccer outdoors. Name something you can do outdoors that you cannot do inside.
So before we answer this question, let's look at our example.
Outdoors. When something is outdoors, it is outside and not inside a building.
So look at what the boys are doing in the picture. They are playing soccer, right? And they're playing outdoors. So what do you notice about the background? There are trees, there's leaves, they have on their scarves and their shoes. So when something is outdoors, it is outside and not inside a building. So anything that is not inside of a building is considered outdoors. So now think, name something you can do outdoors that you cannot do inside. I know one. I know my mom doesn't like when my brothers bounce the ball inside. So she tells them to go outdoors. So that's something they can't do inside. Is there anything that you can't do inside of your house that your parents tell you to go outside and do or to go outdoors and do? Share with someone near you, and even you can share with your teacher if you would like to. All right, let's go back home. Remember, we only had 4 words on this site, and then we're going to go to our next 4 words, which are special words. So let's repeat these before we go. Let's say it together this time. Pale, drops, excite, outdoors. You did a great job with these words. Now I can't wait to show you our new words. So now we are in our reading and writing textbook. Remember that small book we used to have in class, that textbook? Well, this is the one, but this time it's online. And we see over here, we have our 4 vocabulary words. Do you remember what these words are? All right, I'm going to listen to you as you say them. What's this word? Good. This one, and this one, and this one. Good reading. Now we're going to go to our next 4 words, which are poetry words. Now we did a study on poetry before we left our school, but we're going back to it again, and now we're going even deeper. So now we're going to look at 4 different types of poetry words that can help us when we're writing a poem. So repeat after me. Alliteration, repetition, free verse, and simile. Okay, so let's see what these words mean. So alliteration. I like to read a poem with alliteration because I like to say the same beginning sound in words. When we're using alliteration in poetry, that's when the poet uses the same beginning sounds over and over again. So I want you to think. Say 3 words with the same beginning sound. I'm going to try one for you. I saw a big brown ball. What was the same beginning sound in those last 3 words? B, b, b. So sometimes poets can use that to help to bring thoughts or special feelings inside of the reader when they're writing their poem. Next, we have repetition. And this word kind of reminds me of repeat. Poets who repeat words or phrases in a poem are using repetition. So sometimes poets, the person who writes a poem, can say the same words over and over again. Look, there's a cat. Look, the cat is running. Look, the cat stops. Look, the cat drinks. What word is the poet saying over and over and over again? The word look. So sometimes a poet might want to use repetition in a poem to bring attention to what's going on. Next, we have free verse. Most poems are known for rhyming, but in free verse, the words do not need to rhyme. Whoa, a poem without rhyming? That's weird, but not so quite weird, because it is possible to have free verse, where you write your feelings and your thoughts without using rhyming words. So which one would you rather write? Would you rather write a free verse or a rhyming poem? And tell why. You can write this down on a piece of paper. You can type this underneath this video, or you can share it with your teacher in a comment. I think I would prefer, actually that's hard to choose. I like both types of poems, free verse and rhyming. So maybe you'll have to help me out with that one. All right, and our last special word is simile. Can you say simile? Yeah. Wait, but that word looks like smile. Oh, I know, I see the difference here. Smile is S-M-I-L-E, but this word is S-I-M-I-L-E. We have a difference of an I here. A simile, although it makes us smile sometimes, a simile is actually when you use it to compare two things, two unlike things, with the word as. So they gave us an example here. It says, Billy was as fast as a cricket. But wait, is Billy a cricket? Probably not. I think Billy is a person, and they're just comparing him to a cricket because a cricket can run really fast. So when you think of a simile, you're comparing two things that may be different, but there may be just one thing that keeps them the same, that's similar. So you're going to use the word as to compare the two unlike things. So I want you to think of two things that can be compared using the word as to make it a simile. I know sometimes I'm as hungry as a pig because pigs like to eat a lot. Sometimes it's our little secret, but sometimes I like to eat a lot too. All right, so those were our vocabulary words for this week. We have our vocabulary words on this side and our special poetry vocabulary words on this side. So you're going to take these words and use them to help you to fill out your paper in your packet, as well as do some fun activities on Google Classroom. So remember to look back at this video if you need any help. See you next time.